Imagine a little boy born completely blind in a tiny Italian village in 1958. Doctors told his mother, "He will never see. Abort him." She refused. They said, "He will never walk." He did. They said, "He will never become anything." Today, that boy is worth over $2 billion. Has sold 90 million albums, performed for kings, presidents, and popes, and owns one of the most beautiful voices the world has ever heard. This is not a movie. This is the true, raw, and almost unbelievable biography of Andrea Bocelli, the man who turned darkness into the greatest light in music history. Stay until the end, because the final secret he discovered at the lowest point of his life will change how you see every obstacle forever. Welcome to Biography Wisdom Tales. September 22nd, 1958. Latico, Tuscany, Italy. A baby boy is born with congenital glaucoma. At just 12 hours old, doctors say he will be blind forever. His mother, Edie, cries, but refuses to give up on him. They name him Andrea. Growing up, Andrea cannot see the blue Tuscan sky, the rolling vineyards, or his mother's smile. But he can hear everything. He hears the wind in the olive trees. He hears the church bells. He hears his grandmother singing old Italian songs while cooking, and something inside him lights up. At age 6, he touches a piano for the first time. Within weeks, he's playing complex pieces by ear. At 7, he hears an opera record and says, "One day I will sing like that." People laugh. A blind boy on the opera stage? Impossible. But Andrea makes a promise to himself. "I may never see the world, but I will make the world hear me." At 12, tragedy strikes again. While playing soccer, yes, a blind kid playing soccer with sound, a ball hits him directly in the face. Brain hemorrhage. He loses the tiny bit of light perception he had left. Now he's in total darkness forever. Doctors say he might die. Andrea wakes up from coma and says one sentence, "When can I sing again?" From that day, music becomes his eyes. He studies law to make his family happy, graduates top of his class. But every night he sings in piano bars for tips. He sleeps 4 hours, works as a lawyer by day, sings by night. He records a demo tape and sends it to every opera house in Italy. Every single one rejects him. In 1992, at age 34, a miracle happens. Italian rock star Zucchero is looking for a tenor to record a duet with Luciano Pavarotti. He listens to hundreds of voices. Then he hears Andrea's demo. He says, "Nobody sings like this. Who is this guy?" He invites Andrea to audition. Andrea walks on stage, blind, nervous, holding a cane. He sings one note. Pavarotti stands up and says, "You don't need me. The world needs you." That song, Miseria, becomes a global hit. 2 years later, Andrea releases Il mare calmo di la sera. Then Cante partiro, known in English as Time to Say Goodbye. It sells 12 million copies in months. He becomes the fastest-selling classical artist in history. Presidents invite him. Popes cry when he sings Ave Maria. He performs at the Olympics, at weddings of billionaires, at funerals of legends. He builds schools for blind children in Haiti. He owns vineyards, racehorses, and a breathtaking villa in Tuscany. Forbes estimates his net worth today at over $2 billion. But the world only sees the glory. They never saw the nights he cried in darkness. They never saw him memorize every step of every stage so he wouldn't fall. They never saw him practice one single note for 8 hours straight. In 2011, Andrea almost lost everything again. His voice started cracking. Doctors said, "Stop singing or you will destroy your vocal cords forever." He locked himself in a room for weeks. Depression, fear. He thought his career was over. Then he remembered the 12-year-old boy in the hospital bed who refused to die. He came back stronger, released cinema album, sang with Ed Sheeran, Celine Dion, Jennifer Lopez, and in 2024, he performed his biggest concert ever in front of 300,000 people in Tuscany, his own village. So what can we learn from a man who never saw the light, but became one of the brightest lights on earth? Your greatest disability can become your greatest gift. When the world says impossible, That's just the starting line. Talent is nothing without insane invisible work. Darkness is not the absence of light, it's the birthplace of vision. Never let your condition determine your destiny. Andrea Bocelli once said, "To be blind is not miserable. Not to be able to bear blindness, that is miserable." If a blind boy from a tiny Italian village who is told he would never amount to anything can make the entire world cry with his voice, what excuse do you have today? This is Biography Wisdom Tales. If Andrea's story touched your soul, hit that like button. Drop a comment with the one lesson that hit you hardest, and subscribe right now, because next week we will be bringing you another true biography that proves greatness is never about what you see, it's about what you refuse to give up on. I'll see you in the next one.